What's good, y'all? I'm about to react to this breaking Spider-Man not in Avengers Doomsday. What? But it makes sense. Makes sense this Cosmic Warner.
Here in Avengers Doomsday, despite previous. So it looks like Tom Holland's Spider-Man might not appear in Avengers Doomsday, despite previous reports that we have heard in the past from insiders stating that he will be in Avengers Doomsday. We've heard some reports that his stunt double was there. We've heard reports that he's tried on a new suit at the studio to prepare for Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, and I seen a clip just now on Twitter that he's back. Like he's like doing all his fighting sequences with the cast. And he having a good time. Glad to see him back, man. I love to see him back, dude. Hopefully they finish up this movie probably in this whole year. So it's supposed to be coming out next year. Hopefully they be finished with it. Man, and we'll get that trailer. Hope we get that trailer by the end of this year too. That'd be crazy to see.
But now, in a report from Daniel RPK, he's stating that he has heard Spider-Man will not be in Avengers Doomsday. However, he is going to have a really important role to play in Avengers Secret Wars. And I think I know what that role is. And there is actually a logical conclusion that we can come to that makes this report make sense. But at the same time, I do want to say that this might actually change. Because before, when Daniel RPK reported about Spider-Man, he said that they were very close to signing a deal with Spider-Man, or with Tom Holland, to play Spider-Man again. They might not have signed that deal yet. They might not have finished it, finalized it.
Yo, I just thought about the ending of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Where Venom come in this movie and then mess around, probably beat the mess out of Spider-Man. And then Tom Holland, he'll just have the Spider-Man Venom symbiote suit just to go into Avengers Secret Wars. Yo, instead of just having like his regular suit they have on right there, where he just had the Venom symbiote Spider-Man suit and just go straight into Avengers Secret War. Yo, that'd be a crazy plot twist ending right there. That would be crazy.
And they might do that later on in the future. Also,
I ain't gonna lie, I would love to see for one of these Spider-Mans to have the Venom symbiote Spider-Man suit, but I think Tom Holland would be perfect for that.
I do kind of think that intentional misinformation could be put out by the studio, by people who are working on the studio, intentionally to insiders to shake it up a little bit. It seems like something Marvel Studios would do because it does seem very odd to not have Spider-Man, who I would argue could be the most popular superhero character of all time, definitely in the top 3. It'd be weird to not have him in it, especially coming off of Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is going to set up Avengers Doomsday. It would be kind of just an interesting choice not to have him in it. So even though we're hearing this, I would say don't cross it off just yet. I think he still could appear. But if he doesn't, I think there's a way that this can actually make sense. Now, what's interesting is we just recently heard a rumor. It's not confirmed, of course, but a rumor that the post-credit scene for Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be the arrival of another Earth in the sky. So basically what that means is an incursion is happening with our Earth. And the post-credit scene is going to show the other Earth that's about to collide into ours actually show up within view of everybody on our Earth. That's pretty big. So if that is the case, and we can assume that the Russo brothers are shooting the post-credit scene, that might actually be a scene from Avengers Doomsday. But here's the deal. Spider-Man and the Hulk actually as well won't be with the rest of the Avengers, because we do know a few things about Spider-Man Brand New Day so far. The Hulk is going to be in this movie. The Punisher is going to be in this movie, but we've also heard Yelena Belova is going to be in this movie. And we recently heard a rumor that Sam Wilson's Captain America is going to show up and try to recruit Spider-Man for the Avengers. However, Spider-Man is going to say no. He doesn't want any part of the Avengers. He just wants to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and you honestly can't really blame him. A lot of his life kind of in shambles after Spider-Man No Way Home. It would make sense that he just kind of wants to live his own life and just kind of be a kid, you know? I totally get that. But
yeah, dude, yeah, that would really play a role in his own life. But I don't feel like he wouldn't be like that same Spider-Man that he was from like Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Then starting off again with nobody, bro. God, that's hard, dude. Dang, I hope he really got like a place of his own. Like he really stack up some money just to get like his own spot and stuff like that. Or he probably going to college or however they gonna probably redo Tom Holland's storyline. Hope we see that, man.
Since Sam Wilson might be showing up to recruit him, it would make sense that Yelena is showing up to try and recruit him as well, since their two Avengers teams are kind of having a rivalry right now. But if these two characters do appear, it's going to be in and out. A quick cameo, most likely in the beginning of the movie. We know there's going to be a montage in the beginning of the movie that shows Spider-Man fighting a lot of different villains, so he probably starts to get some recognition. Then Yelena shows up, Sam shows up, they try to recruit him, he says no to both, and they're out of the movie. But we do know that the Hulk is going to be in most of the movie. And what's interesting is Mark Ruffalo's name was not announced to be returning for Avengers Doomsday either. And it might be because both of them are actually going to be in the same place while the events of Avengers Doomsday are actually taking place. I think they're going to overlap a little bit, if not take...
So that brand new day universe is gonna take place while Avengers Doomsday gonna be taking place. So that's why Tom Holland ain't gonna be in Avengers Doomsday or Hulk. Or probably the Punisher. Or Sadie Sink. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy.
place just right after another. So Avengers Doomsday literally taking place just like seconds, minutes after Spider-Man Brand New Day, which means, based on what we've heard about Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man and the Hulk and other heroes as well won't really be near any of the other Avengers. So what we've heard so far about Avengers Doomsday is we're going to have multiple teams. We're going to have the X-Men with the Avengers, and that whole team is going to split up. Some are going to go to the TVA outside of space and time. They're going to go and try to save Loki, and the others are going to stay behind in Wakanda and try to help fight off an invasion. Well, if that happens relatively close to the events of Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man doesn't exactly have the means to get to Wakanda super quickly. Nobody really knows who Peter Parker is. Bruce Banner, he might have some means. I mean, he did go back to Sakaar, but the two of them being in New York at the time while all of this is going down, that would be why they're not in Avengers Doomsday. But then having a very important role to play in Avengers Secret Wars, and keep in mind, we've seen leaked concept art of the Hulk in Avengers Secret Wars, but that's concept art. It doesn't mean they're going to follow through with everything that was shown. But if the two of them actually aren't in the events of Avengers Doom,
hopefully they'll make She-Hulk better. I would like to see She-Hulk come back, but her show, how they made her, yo, they made her look like a ratchet whore in that show. Like, dude. Like, they really didn't need a She-Hulk show to even showing that, dude. That was just embarrassing, dude. I hope they show her better in Avengers Secret Wars if they bring her back.
and have important roles to play, then I'm assuming they're going to be kind of outside the creation of Battleworld, which means Loki's team, Loki himself, or an entity out there, perhaps the Illuminati, might actually go to Spider-Man and the Hulk and kind of get them out of it. Now, I have a theory that the Void is actually going to be where the heroes go to kind of get away from what Doom is trying to do. They know the multiverse is going to be destroyed, so they go there to basically survive it. And then when Doom creates Battleworld, they're outside of that, so therefore they retain their memories, because from what we've heard and from what happens in the comics in Secret Wars, those on Battleworld remember nothing about their past. It's a culmination of a bunch of different universes combined to make Battleworld, but these people do not remember their universes. They only know Doctor Doom's universe. They only know Battleworld, and that's why they view Doom as their god, because he literally created the Earth. So if Spider-Man is outside of that, he'll retain his memories, and I think a big part of Secret Wars is going to be the characters who still have...
Hopefully we really see Doctor Doom as a god, if we see that, dude. We want to see how powerful this dude can do. And I don't really want to see him at fight between Thanos, dude. I even seen a clip of that. I was like, yo, is Doctor Doom that powerful just to take Thanos' spine out of his body and just held it up to the world to see? I want to see that dude. I want to see Doctor Doom cause some chaos. Just to kill some people that really was important to the MCU. Just show like respectable if they can do that. But like, yeah, I want to see how powerful Doctor Doom can really amp it up to 100 max. We want to see how Doctor Doom can be like this.
Have the knowledge of the past, going into Battleworld and trying to kind of awaken the memories of the heroes that have lost them. I think that's going to be one of Spider-Man's roles in the movie, and this is actually kind of his role in Secret Wars in the comics because he is actually on the life raft with Reed Richards and others. Miles Morales is there, and basically once the life raft is open, that's where everything kind of starts to go downhill for Doctor Doom. So I'm assuming something pretty similar is going to happen in the movie. And it looks like Spider-Man is going to kind of play a similar role in Avengers Secret Wars that he does in the comics Secret Wars. Now, we've also been hearing a lot of talk about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man coming back, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man possibly coming back. He's done an interview recently and said that he'd like to team up with Tom Hardy's Venom, which I would absolutely love. But at the same time, we know there is going to be a multiversal team out there, most likely led by Loki. So I do think it could be Loki with Deadpool and Wolverine and Mobius and Obi and that whole crew.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they could really do a Spider-Man 3, like finish his whole franchise of like Andrew Garfield. They could really do like a scene that can really spark like his whole Spider-Man 3 movie. But man, I would love him to like dare to finish that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 3 movie. They can still do it. If they gonna do a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire, they can do at least a Spider-Man 3 movie for Andrew Garfield, dude. And I want to know, did he ever put Rhino in jail at the end of that movie? Because they really cliffhanger us with that, dude. I would really love to see that whole fight again.
That actually go around and start to gather people to save them from the destruction of the entire multiverse. I think Reed Richards is going to be one of those people saved as well. And they're going to go to the Void because nobody really knows about the Void except for Loki and Deadpool and Wolverine and that whole team. So to grab Tom Holland's Spider-Man, to grab Tobey's Spider-Man, to grab Reed Richards because he's the smartest man alive, to grab a bunch of these heroes from a bunch of different universes, put them in the Void to protect them, that makes a lot of sense. Then when they discover Battleworld, there is something out there still left. Doom actually did manage to save something. They'll go and then they'll instantly realize, oh, it's different. Oh, Doom has put a spell over everybody. Nobody remembers the past. God, Emperor Doom rules, and we have to do something about it. That's where it all really starts to happen, and that's where this multiversal team is going to have an insanely important role to play in Avengers Doomsday. So that could happen. The events of Doomsday could happen really simultaneously with the events of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that's why Spider-Man isn't with the rest of the Avengers. But at the end, I think Loki could sweep in and take him and try to save him. He could be our anchor being of this universe, which would make sense because he's a very important character, and a lot of people think it could be Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, but he's died and we haven't really heard anything about the Sacred Timeline. I feel like we might have heard about that in Deadpool and Wolverine when they said that Deadpool's anchor being died. I feel like they would have mentioned the Sacred Timeline's anchor being died as well, but no, they just said they're going to send him there. So it seems to be fine. So I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man might be the anchor being, which is why Loki could show up to save him. They might go across the universe and grab anchor beings and kind of use them to perhaps figure out a way to create the multiverse again, which would make a lot of sense because if you know you're going to lose, you have to have a contingency plan of how to kind of have a comeback or how to avenge the universe or the multiverse. So I think that might be what will happen. But again, I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man still could appear in Avengers Doomsday. If not, there are ways to make it make sense. But go ahead. Let me know your...
Dang, Spider-Man and Loki going around. Yo, that would be the first probably duo we ever see of them together. I don't think we never seen Loki and Spider-Man. Or we never seen Loki with all of the Avengers. Like we always seen Loki with his brother Thor, and that's what I wanted to have Thor on Loki's team. Cause Loki is more powerful now. I think Loki is probably more powerful than Thor. cuts by his time, and he can just go into universes and do it, all sorts of things. And man, hopefully it'd be cool to see, dude. I would love to see Thor and Loki come back together, brother for brother, blood brothers back together, baby. But hopefully, Spider-Man Brand New Day be more of like a grounded, more serious Spider-Man movie than like the rest of like Tom Holland movies were. Hopefully be more grounded like No Way Home was. I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking forward to that. Then Avengers Doomsday, hopefully we see like a more powerful Doctor Doom than we ever have with the last three Fantastic Four movies that was on Doctor Doom. Hopefully we get that, man, and run them views up for your boy. And appreciate for this video, Cosmic Wonder. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.